Hi, I'm Pantazi. Today we're going to talk about the Bubishi and in particular something called Shichen. And this is delineated in the Bubishi as a time period. Now, yes, it does delineate time, okay? Shi meaning time, hours, portions of time, okay? And Chen means an earthly branch, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So the Chinese also translate the Shichen into long hours. It's because they use 2-hour periods rather than a 1-hour period. So they have 12 2-hour periods during a day to delineate the day to tell time. All right. In the Western world, we use the single hour. Okay, so we have 24 periods of time as opposed to the 12. Now, in the Bubishi, these are also linked with the zodiac signs. The Chinese have 12 animals that they depict the times. They depict the horoscopes. They depict characteristics. They're called earthly branches or parts of life, and that's what the word Shen means. Okay, Shi is that little delineation of time, or delineation of time, and the Chen means an earthly branch. And what an earthly branch is it's a part of life. Okay, so if you're looking at the Shichen in the Bubishi and you see the diagrams depicted, not many people they're picking up on, okay, this is the hours of like from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, or whatever time period they're at. All right, and they try to put it in conjunction with the targets that they're depicting, saying that a person struck on this will between like 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning will die within so many hours. Okay, that hence the delayed death touch. But I have a little bit of a digression with that, and I don't really want to get into it in this open forum. I'm going to be doing it behind the subscription of Kyusho.com, and there's many different reasons for that. First of all, I don't want to state it unequivocally because everybody's got their opinions on what this is. But when you look at the Bubishi with a magnifying glass of Kyusho, you come up with so many more divergent ideas that have real possibility. But not only the real possibility, what can be demonstrated, what can be actualized. And that's what we do, is we take the information to the training hall and we apply it to each other. And we record, we monitor the results on the human body and how it affects it and how it could possibly correlate with what, again, is depicted in the ancient manuals of so many old instructors and the Bubishi itself. All right, so when we're looking at this in correlation and acting it, we've got a better idea of what's going on. It's not just taking the word literally, because the Chinese do not talk in literal terms like Westerners. They talk in pictures, they talk in ideas, they talk in thoughts, they talk in philosophies. All right, so you cannot take what's literally put like Shichen, okay, or time branch or time bit, and jam that into the idea that they're trying to get across with the Kyusho. So again, this is a pretty interesting discussion that I'll be putting up on the Kyusho.com in the Platinum subscription service. So again, when you look at anything, okay, look at it in actualities. What can you do with that information? What have you done with that information? What have you experienced with that information? Not just taking it at face value and saying, okay, it says this, it must mean this, that is the absolute, okay? Because as you know in life, there are very few absolute things, all right? So we want to take a look at it, discern it, and then enact it, and then experience it, okay? And a lot of times I just got a comment on my YouTube channel that stated that there was one guy in particular that I used a lot. And I said, yeah, he's a great guy. I have used him a lot in my training films, but he's used me a lot in the training hall. Okay, so it's a give and take. It's not just a one-way street. I present my side because that's my channel, okay? And it's my thoughts, and that's what we work on, is the ideas that I pulled out of the Bubishi, what I pulled out of the old manuals, what I pulled out of my actual experiences, and also with my medical research and scientific research. So, yes, I do use that guy a lot, but I've used hundreds, okay? If you look back on all my films, you'll probably see about 50 people that I had come to my filmings and help me. And those are the people that volunteered. Then you go to the seminars, you got a lot more volunteers. So I've worked on hundreds of people. So it's not just one guy that I pick on, okay? And I also trust him because we've worked together for a long period of time. I trust him to hit me, okay? I trust him to squeeze me. I trust him to do all these strange things to the body that can shut down dysfunction, whatever it's going to do. I trust him that he's not going to overdo it on me. And I was just saying in a prior video here on YouTube also. We just hit each other on one particular Shichen, okay, which are targets, all right? And it's right now, it's about 2 weeks and a couple days, okay? I'm still in pain. He's still in pain. We're still in a little bit of dysfunction. So we fully respect, we understand that we can damage each other, number one, okay? We have concern for each other, number two, and then keeping this art the way it was, okay? Or keeping this art documented for history, all right? Our elders didn't do that. The instructors that taught the Westerners, all right, maybe didn't teach them because they weren't with them a long enough time. They may have done it because of the cultural differences and they couldn't get their ideas across. They may have done it on purpose because they didn't want a Westerner knowing an Eastern method. All right, they may have done it for many different reasons. But we're getting down to the truth. We can enact these things so we know we can prove our words. We're not just talking about it like so many do on YouTube. We're actually doing it to each other, getting the effects, and then duplicating it around the world to hundreds of peoples and then thousands of peoples. All right. So that's a little bit on the Shichen, and we're going to go into further discussion in the Platinum description. I'll have a longer video for you and more of the idea that I have for that we've actualized. Thanks for watching.